Please come. I have been vaccinated.
I believe those are closing remarks.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. First, let me apologize for coming late. It was not intentional. You're aware, we had gotten an earlier communication that this meeting would start at 11. And unfortunately, our Secretary General called us last night that there was a change of time, and we had already scheduled a meeting, so I apologize for that. But having said that, I would request that in future, we should at least give us maybe 3-4 days notice of the actual timings, because you understand, Mr. Chairman, every minute counts when you are a few days to the election. Secondly, we have participated in elections. This is not different from all the other elections we participated in. We believe that the IEBC has built sufficient capacity to handle this election. All we want, Mr. Chairman, is what you're doing. Engagement, continuous engagement. We will continuously engage your technical team with our technical team. And sometimes when we criticize, it's not because we have any issues. It's because we want, I think, you know, I was once told by Paul Muite that when you support a government, you criticize it when it goes wrong. So sometimes when you see criticism, I think in that spirit. Two final things. Thank you very much. Two final things. We all agree that we are the digital highway is the place we are going. We support your commitment to the electronic register. We are trying to move our parties to also have nominations like our competitors using an electronic register. So I think that's the direction we want to go. There has been notions that are not correct, that Kenya Kwanza wants a manual register. We do not want a manual register. If you give us sufficient safeguards that an electronic register will function without any chance of failure, then we are good. And finally, I was amazed at the number of staff, permanent staff, IEBC have. 800, in the region of 800 plus. Mr. Chairman, that's a very huge resource which Kenyans pay for. You should consider in future deploying that resource to help us with nominations in parties. I think really there should be a consideration because it's a national resource and they shouldn't be waiting to just run the elections. They can also help us run nominations in our parties with the expertise they have. In any case, Mr. Chairman, a democratic election will be heavily informed by the kind of nominations we do. If the nominations are not democratic, you end up with elections that are not democratic. So I think going forward, you should consider as IEBC working with political parties so that we can leverage more on the resource you have, which is a public resource, to assist grow political parties as institutions of governance. That because I believe that the strength of a democracy is dependent on the strength of the democratic institutions, including political parties that exist. Finally, we have no problem with any Kenyan serving in any capacity, so long as they have been recruited competitively and they have the requisite skills and competences. We have absolutely no preference for any Kenyan from any community. And if our competitors have a problem with certain Kenyans who come from certain communities, you can work out with them. We have no problem if they are replaced. But we want every Kenyan to be given a chance, and the measure should not be ethnicity, the measure should be competence, whether they are competent to do whatever it is that they are doing. I am on record, Mr. Chairman, saying that even if my competitor's brother was the chairman of IEBC, I would have no problem, so long as he is competitively recruited. Thank you very much.
Yeah, can you hear me? I'm sure that the president has been vaccinated, so there's no risk. Let me say, Mr. Chairman, that we, as I said earlier, we appreciate very much you and the Commission and your staff for making yourself available to us and to our competitors to have this dialogue. I think of the political parties represented here, I can say that we in Azimio are the ones who have had historical grudges with the electoral body. Previous to yourselves, there was the ECK. We had issues with them. I know that it's no secret. You know we've had issues with this commission before. The courts have adjudicated that matter. But I want to say that we hope and trust that this time around that things will be different. And that's why we're here, to communicate with you, to dialogue with you, to fellowship together so that we can have this election be a credible election that Kenyans can accept and the world can celebrate. We have raised many issues, Mr. Chairman, and I think we've been in constant dialogue with each other over the past few months. We've written letters to you. We just want to make one entreaty to you and the Commission that when we write letters, would you please respond to us as quickly as possible, or at least communicate with us so that we can know when to expect a response. I just want to say that the issues that have been raised by my colleague here, Mr. Saitabao, about the ethnic imbalance in the Commission, these are not, light issues that should be taken lightly. I think you'll be providing, evidence of the questions he's raising. I hear what the Deputy President is saying, that he has no issue with Kenyans. And of course, we do not have issues with Kenyans. But I think that the principle of inclusivity requires, as our Constitution dictates, that public bodies be representative, that they represent the people of Kenya and represent the face of Kenya. I think we've seen some discrepancies. I agree again with the Deputy President that merit is important, but our Constitution also dictates that we look at other vectors of identity, such as region, such as gender, such as disability. All these factors are important when you are constituting a public body like this one. So I think, we shall be giving you the information that we have, and we hope to dialogue with you. We do not want to assume bad faith until we get your answers. The Russians say trust but verify. So we are trusting first, but then we'll verify after we get your responses. So, Mr. Chairman, we are grateful to you and the Commission, and we look forward to a free and fair election. Thank you so much.
Roots Party, you have... Yes.
Thank you, Chairman. My name is Brano Cage. I'm the head of campaign secretariat for Roots Party, headed by Professor George Luchiri Wajakoya. Chairman, you may have noticed that we have donated a lot of our time to Azimio and Kenya Kwanza. It's because we really appreciate and understand the sensitivity and the magnitude of the work that you do. And most of the time, as politicians and political parties, we do not really take time to appreciate the kind of work that you're doing. So we continue to express our confidence in the work that you're doing. We'll continue to support the Commission where we are needed. And we are appreciating so much that you continue to engage us. And we hope that this will continue all the way to the general elections. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let me stand. I've been sitting for too long. You have asked a lot of questions. The media.
Yes, please.
Now, let me deal with the questions, then I'll sit, I'll allow the media before I finalize.
What is your response?
Oh, you want me there? I thought you wanted to ask questions.